Hello and welcome to North London TV. I'm Steve.
And I'm Roseanne.
So, North London TV is a lifestyle programme with a little sprinkle of property. We want to teach you and tell you all about the best parts of North London. We both grew up, have families, and now live and work in North London. So the show's all about our home.
Coming up in this episode, Steve will be going along to Meet London to have a chat about their business. In our property advice piece, we'll be talking about buy-to-let. In this week's lifestyle feature, we'll be telling you all about some good alternatives to our favourite red wines. And in our area guide, this time we'll be talking about Barnet. So in this week's big interview, Steve went along to Meet London in Stoke Newington to find out about their butchery and their business.
Hi, so today we're in Meet London in Stoke Newington. I'm going to go meet with the owner and find out a little bit more about this business. Hi Paul.
Hi, thanks for coming today. It's
My pleasure, thanks for having us. So tell us a little bit about your business.
We set up the business with the aim of being a traditional English butcher shop, primarily, with a modern twist. We feel we've moved on from the days of sawdust and blood splattered. But we do many other things, as you've seen as you came through the shop. We do have our delicatessen. We do a lot of cheese here actually, and hams and sliced meats, pies. And we have the added little piece of having the wine room at the back, which the customers have really taken to, and they enjoy that. And we've got a good wine team here, a bit of knowledge, and we try to marry the wines loosely against the meats that people are buying.
Brilliant. So over the years, butchers a lot of them have gone out of business. So what's been the difference that you guys have stood the test of time and stood out to the crowd?
I think many things happened in the food industry generally over the last 20 years, or maybe more now. It's a case of selling the right product, you know. Yeah, the right price a little bit, but I think the general shopping public have got more understanding that if you want to buy something good, you got to pay for it. You know, it can't be free to let animals range slowly, to feed them properly, to bring them to market.
So it's all about quality.
It is about quality and getting the balance right. You know, it's an expensive commodity, mate.
Also, I know from my own self, I've been on one of your courses. You do courses about things which are amazing. Tell me a little bit about those.
We hit on the idea to do the meat courses. Specifically, we started with sausage making, and then we grew that into meat the lamb, meat the beef, meat the pig. And we bring people in for 2.5 hours, and they just learn the butchery. And it's all butchery. When you come on our courses, you do the work. You know, it's not a demonstration. People don't stand around with a glass of wine watching. They get on and do it. The next movement from there was people started asking us, well, what about cooking the meat? It's all very well preparing it, but then how do we cook it at home? And so we started what we call events, and we take it into the garden. The people come along, they'll prepare, they'll cut up a lamb or they'll cut up a pig, or they'll make their sausages. And then we move into the garden and we show them how to barbecue it. And along the way, we were invited by Weber Stevens, the American barbecue company, to host their workshops. They have academies all across Europe, actually. And we became their North London Academy. So we work with Weber now, and we do a lot of work in the garden.
So I came on one of those courses. One of the things that I realised is I thought I could barbecue, and actually it was quite dangerous what I was doing beforehand.
It's interesting, you know, people, they come, and everyone's the same. People come on the course and they think, you know, we throw the steaks on. One of the biggest things you learn is you don't stand there turning the steak all day, you know. You put it on, you close the top.
Makes you feel better about it when you keep on flipping it.
That's it. I'm busy, but it's obviously, it's clearly not the way to cook meat.
Perfect. And have you got just this site, or are there more sites you have?
No, we have 2 sites. We opened just less than 4 years after we opened this site. We opened in Tufnell Park on Fortis Road, Meet NW5. And it's been great. We had a really good run up there as well.
So you're real North Londoners here?
The client base is hugely North London.
Do you get people coming from afar?
We do. We estimate that something like about 70-75% of our customers will come from a 2 or 3 mile radius in both shops, you know, and it's quite funny how many customers who are here in Stoke Newington will have family or friends in
Yeah.
Tufnell Putty. Oh, you know, our friend is your other shop.
Because
and
you're very
things like that.
different, you know,
The shops?
just what you're doing here and
Oh, I beg your pardon. Yeah, there are a number of good butcher shops on the horizon now. People are opening, they're doing the job properly. The industry's changed. But yes, we are a little bit different in incorporating all
Yeah.
the things. My own background, I came from restaurants as opposed to butchery, so I have a kind of different insight into what I'm trying to do.
And how old is the business? When did the business?
We opened in 2011, so
Okay.
we'll be 9 years in next summer, and then NW5 is going to be 6 years in February or March.
Brilliant.
That looked like an amazing place. It's really nice to see a traditional butcher still on the high street.
Yeah, well, I think what they've done very well is they've made themselves more than the butchers. They do the barbecue classes, they do the meat, you know, the cutting classes, and they just made themselves a destination to go to, not just to get your food, but to do other things. I've done a barbecue course myself, and it's a great place to go and to do what, you know, and learn.
Did you learn?
No, I can't cook anymore.
So you're worse off.
Yeah,
That's not a good advert for business.
Yeah, no, they taught me so much. It confused me with on the heat, off the heat.
But the quality of the meat there looks great as well.
The meat was fantastic, and somebody got some freebies, didn't they, Roseanne?
I might have gone along to have a look that day, and yes, it was delicious. Anyway, our next item is our property advice piece, and this time Steve's going to be talking about buy-to-let.
So constantly, every time I'm out and about, people always ask me about investing in properties and of course about the buy-to-let market. One of the biggest things with buy-to-let, and I always say to people, is just do it. You know, people can drive themselves crazy trying to find the most perfect property. But you're not going to be living in this property. You want to be buying something which is close to transport, ideally near schools and hospitals, because that's where your tenant's going to come from, possibly teachers, nurses, people who work in the hospitals. But people sometimes overthink it so much, they never actually do it and just procrastinate. My advice to you is find an area, do your research on that area, and then go and do it. And you'll find once you've done the first one, 3, 4, 5 months later, you'll be itching to do the next one. And it's like with everything. Once you get started, you're on your journey. Unfortunately, what happens with a lot of people is they wait. You know, the market's good out there are a lot of good tenants, and as long as you do your due diligence on the area, and then on the tenants, and most importantly on the estate agent you're going to be dealing with, you know, you won't have problems. So if you're thinking about doing it this year, make those steps, go and speak to a mortgage broker, get your P's in order, and just go for it.
So really, people should just not worry too much and decide what they want to do and do it.
Look, you've got to do your due diligence, you've got to know why you're doing it, and you know, you've got to do it, you've got to realise buy-to-let is not for tomorrow, you're going to make your money in 10, 15, 20 years.
So you've got to look at it as a long-term investment.
It's a really long-term investment, but it is the best investment if you get it right.
Great advice.
So, Roseanne, I hear you've been drinking wine again.
My favourite pastime.
And now you're making it into a TV show.
I am.
So, Roseanne's been off to Stone Wines in Whetstone. Let's find out what she's been up to.
Today we're going to be talking about reds. So the standard reds, the option that a lot of people go for regularly is a Malbec. So Riaz, if people wanted to go for an alternative to that, what would you suggest?
Well, we love a Malbec because we know what we're getting from it. It's going to be a full-bodied wine. It's the sort of thing that you'd have in the winter to keep out the cold, or even in the summer when you just want maybe a comfort drink.
It's a personal favourite of mine.
Well, it's everyone's favourite, and as I say, it's because we know what it is. However, there's some wonderful alternatives to a Malbec. Here I've picked out Siegel's Carmenere. Now, the Carmenere is a grape that was originally grown in Bordeaux, but they've stopped planting it, and in Chile, most of the wines that we see that are Carmeneres are coming out of Chile. There's a few from Argentina, but they are lovely, good value wines. You can pick them up for 10 or 12 quid, and to a lot of people, they have exactly the same thing that you're looking for in a Malbec. So think dark fruit, think body, structure, and a long lingering finish. They're beautiful wines to have on their own, but if you're pairing this with food and you're a meat eater, they're great. Both of them are great with red meat.
Great, that sounds great. Well, if you're looking for an alternative to your Malbec, then you know where to go now. So thanks very much, Riaz. And now it's back to the studio.
That looked fun, Roseanne.
It was fun.
Why do you always get the good bits?
It was really educational, but we did no tasting.
Are you still drunk?
I wish. Have to be next to you on the sofa. Next up, it's our area guide. This time we're going to be talking about Barnet.
Hi, my name's Yasser. I'm your local property expert in North London, and today I'm going to be talking about Barnet. Okay, Barnet, located North London, bordering Hertfordshire. Also coming into London, borders Tusseridge, Whetstone, transport links via High Barnet, North Barnet, Oakley Park North, and takes about 24 minutes into King's Cross using the Northern Line. Situated ideally for the North Circular Road as well, so great access throughout London, and really good for families. Great schooling. Barnet is a real mixture of property. So you have your 1920s, 1930s, also your older period style properties, as well as your new build apartments. 2-bedroom flats, average I would say you're looking at around 325, so 325,000, and average 3-bed price you're looking at between 475 to 500. Okay, so the reason why I love Barnet is you literally very easy access into London, but more importantly, you're literally a stone's throw away from the country.
So that was brilliant. Barnet's close to home, and it's got so much to offer as an area.
Very close to where I grew up. Lovely around there, just really residential, green, lots of facilities.
And you've got an everyman there now as well.
We have got an everyman there.
And you've got a good few stations as well, so whichever part of Barnet you need, the access is brilliant for transport.
Absolutely. And the different types of property around there are great as well. You've got your family homes, you've got your flats.
Yeah, the pricing's not too crazy around there as well. And you know,
So that's
what
a
are you,
bit further
30,
out.
35 minutes into London?
Yeah, it's
So
really quick.
It's a really good area.
Anyway, that's it for this time. Thanks very much for joining us. If you want any more information about anything in this episode, or you want to find out about taking part in future episodes, then just follow the link below. Thanks very much again, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye for now.